Hi everyone, this is Laura from Newstex here. Today I am with Charles Hawes from Capital News. Hi Charles, how are you?
Well, how do? I'm doing just fine.
I'm so glad to have you here. I met Charles, I don't know, let's say 6 months ago, and from that moment in time, I knew that this was going to be a very fun partnership with Charles. He is a photojournalist with over 30 years of experience that now has his own online publication called Capital News. And Charles, today I just want to understand a little bit of your career, to get to know you, that our other publishers and community can get to know you. So, how do you feel about it? Should we get started?
Let's get started.
Perfect. So, I already said that you used to be you are a photojournalist, but can you tell us what inspired you to transition from, traditional photojournalism to creating and managing an online publication?
Well, I come from a newspaper family. My father
Okay.
was a photojournalist. One of my grandmothers was a reporter for a newspaper. My aunt was a reporter. I had a couple of cousins that were reporters, and my oldest stepdaughter was a freelance photojournalist.
Okay, definitely a family business.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, but what about like Capital News? When and why did you decide to start with Capital News?
Well, the funny part was it was a radio show at first out here in
Oh,
Montana.
okay.
I broadcasted the news around Montana, and that radio show is no longer around.
Okay.
Oh, the station no longer around too. And I just kept the name.
Oh, I see. All right. Okay, so the radio show was your family's, right?
It was mine. It was offered to me.
Okay.
I had another radio show called Halls Outdoors, and the woman who owned the radio station at the time liked my voice, and she called me on the phone one day and said, "How would you like to broadcast news for us?" I said, "I've never
Okay.
done news broadcasting before." She showed me what to do, and I did some practice demos, and next thing you know, I'm jumping right in with just
I
broadcast.
love that.
Also, I've worked around TV news before too. I was a
Right.
stringer for WCHS back in West Virginia.
Okay, so you've been all over the media industry.
My
You've
father
had
hated it.
different hats. Really?
Yeah, he did.
Why is that?
He wanted me to do newspaper only, and when I got into TV news, it acted like it insulted him.
Oh my God. I bet he thought that. Okay.
Between my father and I, we have 11 U.S. presidents photographed from
Oh
President
yeah,
President Truman all the way up to George W. Bush.
that's great. That's amazing. Okay, okay. And your father is no longer around, is that right?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that. He sounds also like an amazing human being.
October 5th of 2021, I was in a tragic house fire. Yeah,
Whoa, no.
I
Super
lost
sad
30.
to hear.
Yeah, I lost 30 plus years of photos, 16 cameras, my girlfriend, which is my fiance, my dog, and all my radio broadcasting equipment.
Oh no.
So I had to
Oh
start
no.
all over again.
I don't know what to say. I'm so sorry that happened. Oh well, it seems that you have, a whole bunch of experience because of him as well. So, it's the legacy, his legacy.
Yeah.
Well, um, can you tell us a little bit of the challenges that you have to face maintaining now an online publication, and how have you overcome these challenges?
Oh, I'm actually still suffering. One time I worked for 5 different newspapers and Associated Press. I was stringer for them. And the
Right.
Associated Press in my home area dropped the stringer program. And of course, all the other 5 newspapers I worked for closed down.
Okay.
And I wrote articles here and there and turned photos in different little weekly newspapers here and there, but I kind of miss the action. I mean, oh, being out there at 2 o'clock in the morning, pouring down the rain, photographing a house fire and doing things like that. I miss all that.
But you are not doing any of that this time?
Nope. Right now, I'm just with Newstex only because I'm still uh, building up my reputation again.
Yes. Okay. So what the biggest challenge facing right now with Capital News is sticking to it and not running out to take photographs
Yeah,
somewhere at 2 a.m.
yeah. Right now, the papers they don't want to really pay anybody to shoot photos for them anymore like they used to. I mean,
Right.
back in the day when I started, I went to one newspaper to do an inquiry, and all the rest of them, the AP stringer jobs and the TV, all just was offered to me.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty competitive right now.
Yeah,
Well, let's see. I am very hopeful about this amazing project that is Capital News. So hopefully, finger crossed, everything is going to be all right.
yes.
Okay, Charles. And how do you decide which stories or photos to feature on your platform?
Well, right now there's not much going on in this small town. I'm in a town like less than 100, 700 people, and there's 3 stores. Uh, I don't know, 4 or 5 bars, and it's a small town. There's not much news here, so I'm trying to get relocated to another location, possibly Los Angeles or something
Right.
like that, where I can cover more news. And I'm also willing to go over to like Ukraine or Israel to photograph the wars
Yeah,
if that came
that
my way.
yeah. Well, that sounds interesting.
Yeah,
Okay, so those are also like some of the plans that you have for the publication?
yes. Well, right now I'm kind of like a freelancer, and I just use
Yeah,
Capital News as like a business name
right.
because it make it sound official. I do have a press badge on the way. I ordered it a couple days ago. It has Capital News on there, syndicated reporter, and hope I'll put that into good use.
Okay. Okay, understood. Okay. And Charles, from your background as a photojournalist, how do you think that that work as a photojournalist influence the editorial direction that you have right now for Capital News?
That's kind of a tough one. Um, I'm one of those kind of people. My dad always said journalism is not a job, it's a lifestyle.
Right?
You could be sitting around eating dinner and the news pops up like right then and there, and you jumping off the chair and running out to the where the news scene's at. All
Right.
kinds of weather, anytime during the day or night.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way I was trained. And when I do get back into my journalism gig, which I've been writing for you all, you've probably seen all those 70 plus articles I wrote so far.
Yeah,
And it's like I said, just it's a lifestyle and I love it.
I love that. We can feel the passion that you have for the entire industry. So thank you for you and all of your family as well working on the industry.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you share with us like a memorable story that you've covered?
Oh, man, there's just there's just so many of them. Um, I went to Dan Quayle while he was running for vice president. I just
Yeah.
got, I just got involved in with a weekly newspaper, and I was told my post, I'm gonna go up and get Dan Quayle's picture. He's okay, so I went up there and got Dan Quayle's picture, and they ran it on the front page of the newspaper there locally. And at another event, I've gone inside burning houses before, take pictures of the firemen inside.
What?
No protective gear on whatsoever. just, dressed like where I am now.
No.
Yeah.
What?
I've been around chemical plant explosions, chemical fires.
How
Severe.
how are you alive? You're like a cat with seven lives.
I don't know. It just keeps happening. In one storm, we had a severe one in my home area, and I was almost killed twice in that storm.
What?
I was struck, a lightning struck across the street from me. I was setting up a tripod to photograph the lightning, and the building came coming across the street as I was bending over in my camera bag to pick up a camera lens, and it barely missed my back.
No.
And I got trapped in some fires out here in Montana,
Uh-huh.
some wildland fires.
Yeah, oh my God. Charles, I mean, you truly are like a cat. I don't know if these stories, they make me nervous. But I'm glad that you enjoyed your times out there.
I made a lot of news editors nervous.
Um, I bet.
I had one that he would tell me, and plus he'd tell people in the newsroom that when I pick up an icon, my brain would switch off. It goes into the mute mode or idle mode or whatever he wants to it's called. And one of the paper I became chief photographer at, um, that was the only paper I went to inquire to buy a job. I said, "Y'all need a photographer?" "Yes, we do." "What's your name?" "Charles Hawes." Guy looked at me and said, "Are you related to Chester Hawes?" And I said, "That's my father." He said, "You're hired."
Ah,
Anyway, there for a long time, he kept telling me, he said, "You're going to cause me have an ulcer attack." Well, later on, he had one, and we joked about it. And later on, he was telling, "You're going to cause me have a stroke." Which later on, he had a stroke, not because of me, his age, but we always laughed about it.
wow, oh my God. Hi, Charles. Definitely you are like a character. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you share with us a little bit of, your wisdom now and tell us like what advice would you give to aspiring photojournalism or content creators who want to build their own online presence as you have?
Well, do a lot of research. There's videos out there on YouTube that you can go in there and look up. There's books you can buy, and it's just different resources.
Okay. Do you have any, I don't know, resource platform or book or something that you highly recommend?
Oh, the ones I read are out of print. Uh, I'm trying to think of the name, but there's freelance books on eBay. Just wherever what the subject they want to do, they just go in there and look that subject up.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. That's a great tip. Okay, and lastly, Charles, I want to ask you, why did you decide to partner with us, with Newstex?
I was looking for something else on the web, and I came across it. I got on there and looked and kept looking. And next day I got up and looked some more, and I was saying, "This is for me." And I contacted you. I told you what I could offer.
What were you looking for initially? Do you remember?
Get back in the news.
Okay,
That's all I want.
okay, yeah.
I'm not even planning on retiring. I'm going to be 99 years old, still out there running around with a crutch in my hand or a cane or walker with a camera on my shoulder.
I bet. Hi, Charles. Well, we are, pretty excited to be working with you. We hope to see, the publication growing, the partnership growing. So thank you one more time for now being part of our community of publishers. You are a very special publisher, with a different kind of background within your photojournalist, your father, your entire family working on it. So thank you one more time.
Yeah. Well, I'm the only one left still doing it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you will preserve the legacy of the house family.
Yeah, I'm hard-headed, don't want to quit.
Well, we love that. Thank you for not quitting.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, Charles, thank you one more time for taking the time to do this interview with us.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well, I'll let you go back now. Bye bye.
Bye.